Hello architects and welcome back to another RPG Architect tutorial. My name is Bert. Today we're going to be starting over again. We're going to be starting anew. It is a new year, 2025. We have a lot of new users with RPGA that have joined over the past couple months. So I thought it might be nice just to take it back to the beginning and show you guys how to start up a new project and utilize the 2D template project that was added in last year. So if you are new to RPGA, you just opened the engine for the first time, you'll be greeted by this lovely little splash screen. If for some reason you're not and you want to get to it, say it's just a blank screen here, you go to File, you go to Launch Initial Screen, bam, there you go. Up here in the top right, you have New Project. We got Open Project. You got Exit the Program. You got a YouTube link that takes you to the video tutorials, Discord link, official website link, and the Open Wiki link. Obviously, what we are looking for here is the New Project button. So, when you come to this screen, you have a project path. Obviously, this is where you are saving your project. Ignore all this. There we go. I have my RPGA folder. Got a lot of projects going here, but I'm going to do a new one called 2D sample or 2D template sample. We'll do that. I'll create a new folder. Here we go. Come in here, click select folder. There we go. And then just below there we have template. You can start up a new project without a template if you're kind of a veteran, but there's a lot of moving pieces. So if you're just starting off for the first time and you want to see how things work, I suggest doing this. I'm going to use the side view battle. These two templates, they're basically the same except for this one, except for the battle system. Really, it's the front view or side view, like it states here. So we'll do side view. You get a little preview screens of what it may look like. You see this message here, the dimensions locked by the template and cannot be modified. That's because just the tile size used within the template is set to 16, so we just lock it so people don't mess things up, right? We're gonna go to mode 2D. We're gonna keep our resolution the same, that's fine. Scales 1 is fine, camera distance is fine. You can click constrain 2D rendering if you'd like, you don't have to. I'll just go ahead and click it. You can see up here too, next to project details, there are resource packages you can import alongside. I believe most of these are already in, maybe not all of them, but you have music and sound effects by yours truly. You got some Final Boss Blues sprites and stuff. These probably won't work with the tile size. You can import them anyway though if you want, just to mess around. Fonts, and then these low-bit assets, I think I'll import those. I'll import my music too, why not? And some interface stuff and some battlers from Tyler Warren. I'm just going to import them, just showing you that you can add these things. Not necessary for the 2D template. You can always add this stuff later, but that option is available to you if you would like. So I'm going to click OK, and it creates our project. And here we go. This is the start of the template project. You got the single map. You have 4 little characters here. You have this icon here which shows where the player starts. But let's just go ahead and run the template project, and you can see how it comes out of the box. So we have our menu. You got new game, load game, settings. Settings just has a music volume bar you can adjust. But we'll go to new game, and here we go. You walk around with the arrow keys. You can go ahead and grab this chest. You get a nice little animation. You got a dialogue window, received 100 money. We're gonna go up to this guy here. I am error. Classic. Nice to meet you. Want to buy something? This is our shop, so you can say sure. You got buy and sell options. You have this little upper menu here. It shows you what you're getting. You know, weapons, armor, shields, accessory, and items. You select your category, and then you can go through. You know, just buy a potion. You can adjust how many. I'll just do 1. Shows confirmation message. Get it. Got it. Good. I'll hit escape just to back out. You can sell stuff you have. Same thing, you'll have a confirmation message. Talk to this guy. It's a little an inn. You can stay for the night if you'd like. So then here's a battle system. Active time battle, side view. You can attack the enemies, just physical attacks. There's skills for each of the characters. That one is just stunned now, so the status effect taking place on the character. It's another status effect where you can also go in and use items if you'd like. We'll use this fire orb. Bam. So you can see, and you got a victory screen. Oh, you get 20 experience, gain 54 money. And then we're back here, okay? And then we can talk to this lady. Ariana, you look like you can use a hand. I'm gonna join your party. So you get more party members. And then she disappears from the map. And then if I hit tab, it brings up my menu. So you can see we got our items list. We can go through that to get a little description of each item. We'll just go ahead and use one. This character here, Nelly, she's hurt, so let's go ahead and down. Replenished her HP. I hit escape to back out. We can equip stuff. We got some stuff already in our inventory. You got the remove option, which that works, right? So all the things really you'd expect to find in an RPG. You got your skills. Oh, he's got heal. I guess I already healed her. That's fine. You can change your party members. So let's put Ariana in over Franck. You can check their status. Cool little animation there of the window popping in. Looks very nice. And then the settings just goes back to that music volume knob, and then data. We can save or load, but we actually can't save right here because we are not standing on a save point, which is that thing right there. Hit my tab, go to data. Now save works. We get the information, nice little sound plays. And then we can load anywhere. Oops, okay. We'll just fight these guys real quick. Now we got Ariana in the party, new party member. She's gonna go first. What skill does she have? Attacks all enemies. Shoot a character. And then let's do demoralize, just to show it's got a fun little animation. Status effect on the character. He did damage. Let's do... Yeah, I'll just do attack. We'll just take it out. There we go. Victory again. Gain 30 experience. Not sure how far off we are from level. I'll tell you what. I'll go ahead and save again. And then let's load. You can load anywhere on map. So then it triggers there, and we're back here. Cool. And then this guy, he triggers some weather effects. So time to make it rain. It starts raining. Talk to him again. It stops. So yeah, like I said, all the things you'd expect to find in an RPG. I think that should do it for now. So what I want to do today is we're going to draw a little building. We're going to have our character walk into the building, and it's going to take you to a new map, and then we're going to be able to walk back out and get back here, okay? Now there's, over here on the left, we have, this is where you set our tile set. You have a lot of different options in place. So we're going to leave it as Desert City outside, but you can see if I change it to like Ice Mountain, for instance, now all of a sudden it's snowy out, right? Or if you change it to Night City outside, oh, it's technology. But anyway, we're gonna leave it on Desert City. And then in the top right here, this is where you actually select your tiles, right? So you have animated tile sets, you have standard tile sets, and then you have tile set modifiers. Don't worry about that right now if we're just starting off. This is more so for 3D stuff. So if you're working on a 2D project, you really don't have to worry about most of this. But anyway, we're gonna go to the square one here under standard, you got this little zoom bar that we can use to get in closer and actually take a look at our tiles. I'm gonna select this one here. Now these are auto tiles, so they'll kind of draw the proper proportions as you go, and you'll see what that means here. So on the top bar here, we have different drawing options. We have a paintbrush, so you can just kind of paint as you go, and you can see the tile is kind of figuring out what it needs to be as I draw. So you can see here, there's this weird turn, and if I click here, it adjusts and fills out the information. That's what an auto tile does, right? Let me undo that because that is horrendous. Then we also have a paint bucket, so you just fill the whole screen. Don't need to do that. And you have a square and a circle tool. So let's just use the square, draw something about like that. I'll show you the circle, kind of does something along those lines. And then we'll select the walls. Let me go to this wall and then do this. And actually let me erase one tile here so that I can actually walk in there. And just because I drew it, let me fill out this building. There we go. It's not crowding this guy at all, right? We have our building. We have another building over here. Don't worry about that guy. What I want to do is I want to create a new map. So right click over here on the left to go to new. And it gives us a blank slate here. Now, I'm actually going to change the tile set for this just because I know. So over here on the left side, I'm going to come down to Night City Inside because I know that one has this nice little blue floor tile, and I'm going to use that. Now, when you're creating new maps, I should mention here that just below the tiles, you have the layers section. So you have upper, base, and lower layers. The base layer is where the player exists, the player character exists. You cannot add more than one base layer. That is just default. That is always going to be there. But you can add and remove as many upper and lower layers as you want. So actually, let me undo what I just did. And let me draw the floor on the lower layer here, right? And I'm going to go to the upper layer. And I'm going to draw, let me go back to my auto tiles. I'm going to select this ceiling, yep. And then I'll just draw around here, go around the perimeter, leave a little spot for the door. And then select this wall, it's fine. I like to do this usually for some exterior look. Go back to my floor. Draw that. Now the great thing about doing layers is you can keep things organized, especially when you have like a bunch of decorations in there. You can have them on their own layer, but you can see the floor is on the lower layer. So if I click this little eye icon, I can mute it essentially. You make it go invisible, and if I click to the upper layer eye, I can make the walls go away. So when you have a lot of things going on, this can be very helpful. So it's good. Another good habit to get into. I thought I would mention it here while we're building out this first map. Okay, so we have this guy. Let's go back to our starting position. Let's jump into entity mode. So you click this little dragon guy, and that changes the map to entity mode. You get this grid going on. Each of these characters and the treasure chest and the save point here, all of these are entities. And entities are the things that drive the different gameplay events in your game, in your project. So I'm gonna double click like this guy. Here's where he displays his message, he displays his message, and the player displays theirs. He asks you a question, blah blah blah, and then it goes to the shop. I won't go into a bunch of detail there. I don't want to overwhelm you, but that was his script for this girl who joins the party. See, she's got her script here. These are all the events that go into having her join your party, so on and so forth. So same thing, we want to create a door. So we are in entity mode. So I want to double click here. And this gives us a blank slate, a blank entity page. And the top left, you can name your entity. I'm going to name it door. You can name the script itself. I'm going to call this transfer. You can have more than one script per entity. But for something like a door, all we really need is this. You can set different conditions for each entity. So for example, if you wanted this door hidden behind or locked behind a special key, you could set the condition here by, you know, setting a variable, checking if the player has the key or or a switch or whatever. So you set conditions here. We do need to change the interaction though. So there's different ways. You have your conditions that need to be met for the script to play out, but you also have your interaction options. So player action button, that'd be great for like a chest, or if you need the player to actually open the doors as they go along. You know, player walks up to the door, hits the action button, the door opens, they can move in. Player walks up to the treasure chest, hits the action button, it pops open, they get the items contained in the chest, etc. For what we're doing, the way we have our door set up, I'm going to switch it to player and entity touch. It's just going to be old school, walk into the square door space and move to the next area, right? In the top here, you can set up a sprite. I'm actually going to do really quick, let me see, Night City. I'm going to use just a black square. I just want that black square. I'm going to adjust number of directions and number of frames. Adjust the size of my selection. This is a little bit more than I didn't intend to show this, but I'm just setting it up. So that's all I really need to set up in this section. Don't worry about all this too much. If you watch other tutorials of mine, my older ones, I do go into a lot of this stuff, but for the newcomer today, don't worry about it too much. On the right side over here, if you right click, this is where you get all those different entity events. Like I was showing you, you can set your message, you can do audio cues, you can do things with your character, change their stats, change their class, blah, blah, blah. Now we want to go to map. We are looking for a door function. So under map, you have teleport. I'm going to click that, and you get this script command window that pops up. Now you could set these values individually. This is your map ID. This is your XYZ coordinate, but a much easier way to do it is just to hit this button over here, and it brings up this window, and we can select the map we want directly and just select the spot we want to transfer the player to. And I'm going to set them there so that I can use this space to transfer back outside. So hit OK, and then it auto populates those fields for us. Hit OK, and you can see we got a black door there now. And let me just come over here and do the same thing. I'm going to go to this spot, name my entity, door, name the script, transfer, change the interaction, player and entity touch, add a script command, map, teleport. Here's my button. Select this map and select the space right outside the door. There we go. And that should be good. So let's run it. Let's take a look. So here we go. We can walk around. Here's our door. Walk into it. Get transferred in here. There we go. Okay, we're on our new map. Head back out. And there we go. Easy peasy. So now you know how to move between maps. You have something to reference for adding a party member, for doing a shop, doing an inn, for a save point, for a chest. All the elements you need for a basic RPG, right? And one last thing I'm going to mention here before I sign off is a lot of the back end of stuff. The thing I showed you really is just on the surface, but the back end of the engine can be found up here in Tools. You've got Tools, Database, or you can hit F8, which is what I prefer to do. But this is where you can set up all the all the information of your game. You got your characters, you can set up skills, you know, you go through and specify what each of those do. You can set up your items, you can specify what those do. You got map settings and configurations. This is where you set up your tile sets. All that stuff happens in here. And yeah, so I go over a lot of this stuff gradually in my older tutorials. I'm going to be making newer episodes kind of covering some of this stuff again. You can set up your user interfaces in here. I love the user interfaces stuff, I really do. System configuration stuff, you know, set up your keys, blah 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 blah. All I wanted to say was that the database is where there's a lot of stuff you can do in the database and stuff you need to do. So that's just a quick look at the 2D template. I'm gonna erase this building while I talk. Like I said, there's been a lot of new people who have joined and picked up the engine within the past couple months, so I thought it would be nice to just go back through and go through some of these basic things again, just as a Kickstarter for you guys. But yeah, I think that should do it for today. Hopefully this helped you guys get started with the 2D template. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below, or you can join our Discord. It's a lot easier to go back and forth and help people troubleshoot things in the Discord, because there's tons of community members there who have already gone through this process before. And plus, it's just a bit more instantaneous, right? It's more like direct messaging, so highly encourage you to do that. And you can also see the other projects people are working on. You can see all the cool things people are making for their own games. So definitely check out the Discord. As always, you have been amazing. I have been Bert, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.
Master